to the Real Talk Kim podcast. I am so excited about this whole entire month because it's Love Month. And I am excited because my sweet man is going to be on all the shows with me this month, and we're going to be talking all things relationships. And the cool part is that y'all sent in questions. They sent in questions, sweet man. They sent in questions to rtkquestions@gmail.com, and we're going to answer them. And the fun part about this is I'm not letting him know what questions are. Y'all, listen, when I fell in love with this man, he's just cool, calm. We're going to talk about things he told me he would never do, things that he is doing, and how he's stepping out of the boat. And so I'm excited to share this podcast with you in the next 3 weeks. Make sure you're sharing this with somebody. Wherever you're watching this from, I want you to right now go, and if it's YouTube, subscribe. Push that little subscribe button. If it is on Spotify or iHeartRadio or Apple, wherever you're watching or listening, make sure that you are subscribing. And do me another favor, leave some 5-star love. That's what you can do for us for Love Month, is leave us a 5-star love, because that's how the world finds out about us. All of y'all know about us, but the world doesn't. And I believe that God is going to answer some incredible questions of just, stuck in different situations. The enemy hates relationships, okay? The devil is such a punk that he does not want you to have peace in your home. And I have lived in relationships for most of my entire life where it was not peaceful in my home because I needed to put in some work. And after I began to put in work, God brought me exactly what I needed to push me into breakthrough, to push me higher. And so the enemy does not want you to get your answers. Some of you watching today are ready to throw in the towel. Some of you are on your 5th relationship. Some of you are single parenting and feeling like there's no good men or women left, but there is. And so we're going to chop it up for you. So go on and subscribe. Share this right now on your newsfeed. Y'all listen, and thank you for all of the love that y'all send me. Thank you. I see your content sharing. I see you tagging your favorite moments in this podcast, and it blesses my whole heart. The love that you share with me, believing in me and believing in this ministry and believing in Low. And so I'm going to send you off. Go get your popcorn, get your RTK journal, because you're going to write down some of the gems and the jewels that we're going to be dropping. Share, subscribe, go get your journal, and we will be right back after this break. I am Real Talk Kim, and I'm talking to you today about something that is near and dear to my heart, and it is insurance for your family. Y'all, Fabric by Gerber Life was designed by parents for parents to help you get a high quality, surprisingly affordable term life insurance policy in just less than 10 minutes. Fabric has flexible policies that fit your family and your budget with quality. Yo, policies like $1 million in coverage for less than $1 a day. Fabric has partnered with Gerber Life, trusted by millions of families like yours for over 50 years. With over 1,800 5-star reviews, they are rated as excellent on Trustpilot. So here's what I need you to do. I don't care if you got little babies or infants. I don't care. We always think we don't need it. We ain't gonna need it. And one day we do need it. So I need you to join the thousands of parents who trust Fabric to protect their family. Apply today in just minutes at meetfabric.com/RTK. That's meetfabric.com/RTK. That's MEET fabric.com/RTK. Policies issued by Western Southern Life Insurance Company. Listen, it's not available in certain states, but it's probably available in yours. And I believe that your family's going to really thank you for taking care of the future. Prices subject to underwriting and health questions. Do yourself a favor. Go right now. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Love Month. Y'all, listen, this month is so special to me. Even at Limitless, this whole month, I'm talking about love and lyrics. I'm going to be talking about love. I got a lot to say about it this year because at 51 years old, I am probably more in love. Actually, I know I'm more in love than I've ever been in my life. And it's because of this wonderful, handsome, beautiful man right here. Hi, Lo.
Hey. Yes.
You look so handsome.
I'm glad to be here again.
You are?
Yes, I am.
You feel handsome today?
Thanks for having me. I feel handsome every day. I'm sorry. I really do.
Yo, he ain't joking.
I really do.
So I got you on our podcast again, this Real Talk Kim podcast, and you're doing so good. And just coming out, like when we first started dating. Now, you did make us become, y'all, the reason we're so professional right now is because he did not like the fact that in his other, in the other podcast, he had his socks showing.
Yeah, you like, don't worry, then nobody's going to see your feet. And now I get all these shoe companies and stuff want to send me all these socks and shoes.
Because they think you ain't got
send me, think I ain't had any shoes and stuff. And I'm like, what am I going to do with all these size 13s and 12s, and I got designers.
What shoes you got on today?
They European, the European cut. Send me the 12s.
Oh, you're making a
yeah.
Okay, in case they keep sending them.
They keep sending me. They're European. If they Gucci,
they're not going to send them to you now though because you can't even see your feet the way you got to set up.
Well, I know. I mean, I'm hating that you can't see them.
What shoes you got on?
I got on some suede shoes, feeling like I'm in LA or Miami. Real smooth suede.
What does your shirt say?
Ferragamos. This shirt.
Who is it by?
It's designed by. This is a designer. I don't know if you heard of, but she go by the name of Real Talk Kim.
Y'all, this man is probably one of my biggest. You are my hype man for sure.
And it matched my suit.
I love it.
Tell it all the way for athletic wear. So
this month, we're going to be doing all of these podcast episodes of love. We're going to be talking about love. And this is our first, this is my first Valentine's Day that I'll be sharing with someone that I'm madly in love with for the last year.
Wow.
And how about you? How are you excited about Valentine's Day this year?
I'm very excited.
You are?
I'm excited because, it's like every day is Valentine's. You get roses all the time.
I sure do.
Yeah.
I remember when we first started dating, I think it was that first week that we were dating, and you brought me cards and flowers, and the card said, "My heart is always with you." Always. Do you remember that?
Yeah, I remember. It's an X and O card that I saw.
And I'm not even really sentimental like that, but every single thing that you've done in this relationship has been really made me real sentimental. Like I hold on to it. Have you been sentimental, or you find? Or is this relationship different than anything?
Well, it's just gratitude. So sometimes you really you don't know what to get this person. She got this, she lived this person, but it's just a small thing.
It really is.
It's a small thing, She's a big executive woman. She's a boss, She's an alpha, but it's just the little things.
Yeah.
Well, I just brought one rose.
Which was...
It just would have been.
You brought more than
good.
one,
Yeah.
but you still bring me just a rose every so often.
Yeah.
Like you would pick me up at the airport and you would bring roses. And so I think this is a good place because next week is Valentine's Day. And what would you tell, because I used to be the type of woman that I would be like, I don't want nothing. I'm good. You should never listen to a woman when she says that about Valentine's Day.
Let me do this in slow motion, guys. Do not pay her any attention. If she says she don't want anything, you don't find yourself missing out on Christmas and anniversaries and birthdays. You better get her something and take her somewhere nice.
Why do you think we do that as women, though?
Oh, because,
Because we want y'all to surprise us.
Yeah, we're trying to see what,
But it causes a lot of stress because some men are like, well, she said she didn't want anything, and then they don't get anything, and then the woman's mad.
and her girlfriend sending her pictures and stuff that she over here at this fine dining place called Chops or something like that. Girl, the mac and lobsters was so good. And
so what would you tell all the guys watching today?
I'm going to do this in slow motion again. You better go get her something. You better have a gourmet chef come over.
Now that's a lot for some people.
You need to do something. Wait.
You gonna bring a gourmet chef?
Yeah, you better do something. You better learn how to cook if you can't. But you better get something, not spaghetti in a can. It ain't gonna work. You need to get out.
Go to Pinterest.
Yeah.
And
use
now, what do you say to the man that says, "But I should be getting celebrated"? So Valentine's Day's a lot more for women, don't you think?
It's a couple things that guys need to consider that's not for them.
What? Tell us.
Don't be trying to plan your wedding because the wedding is not for you. Yeah.
You've been saying that.
Don't try to plan your wedding. The wedding is not for a guy to plan. Let her do those things.
But he still should. But I still think that he should act like he
involved.
cares.
He cares, and definitely he plays an important part. But Valentine's Day is always special. Anniversaries is special
For the woman.
Yes.
Really for the woman. So man, you always need to really step up.
Yeah.
Like, even if your relationship is strained right now, maybe y'all been married. Somebody told me the other day, Lo, they were like, man, you're just making me want to be ooey gooey again with my husband. We've been married 30 years, and it's just like, but you and Lo are making me want to be lovey-dovey. It ain't never too late, is it? It is never too late.
It's never too late, because, when you're in your 20s and 30s, you kind of in your tough mode, you're trying to make it in life and be successful, your 30s, 40s, but sometime about 45 and 50, it's kind of time for you to kind of soften up and stuff, and take your hands down and stuff, trying not to be so forced. And kind of let kind of be a little bit smooth with this.
That's what's been so great about our relationship, because since y'all saw us last, we got engaged.
Oh man, smell what the Rock was cooking.
You engaged. You asked me to marry you.
Yes, man.
On New Year's Eve.
New Year's Eve.
Were you a nervous wreck?
No, I wasn't nervous. I Google everything.
What'd you Google?
I Google how to propose, what knee need to be down and what knee need to be up and stuff. Guys, if you're trying to propose and stuff, make sure that right knee is up, the left knee is down. That's the only way.
Why do you think that matters?
It always matters.
Why?
Because we're in a world that people look at everything. They was looking at this ring here, and they was like, oh, I guess they married.
Yeah.
I said, well, wait.
I told them, hey.
I say, wait to find out.
I tell them all the time, y'all ain't going to know we're married anyway, because we just married.
Yeah.
Like, just when you and I made up our mind
Inquiry.
that we were the one for each other, when did you really know in our relationship? And then I'll answer. When did you really know that, man, this girl, I'm going to spend my life with her?
Let me see. When I really thought about it, I said, well, I didn't see any swimsuit, because, when you're on Instagram, you start seeing these pictures of, women, like, oh, she got this on. I was like, you got 25-something thousand pictures posts here. I was like, I didn't see no swimsuit, so I'm thinking.
Because you wanted to see if I was overweight.
No, I'm just wondering, like, guys kind of see, they want to see, like, okay, well, she was with her girlfriends and they was in the DR or Mexico. Okay, they chilling out.
You trying to figure me out.
Yeah, trying to see, like, okay, well, I got, trying to see, trying to gauge, everybody does it.
That's so
Everybody
funny to
does
me.
it. You may see, whether it's a gym pic, trying to see.
Did you see any on my page?
Yeah, I saw you were flexing in the pool pit.
Oh, see, that's why I knew.
I knew you was different.
How?
Because I wasn't going to find that. And like Paula White don't even get down no more like this. So I knew you was the one.
You know what I loved is that first week when we met. So me and you met at a restaurant, and we spent that whole night together.
Yeah.
I mean, we were talking, and it was like me and you really connected, and I could tell that you were a gentleman. I could really tell. Like, I remember when your friend got up and went to the bathroom, I looked at him and was like, dude, why is he single? Like, why is he 50s and single? And he said to me, he's just such a nice guy. Like, he's not a player. You're not gonna see women coming out saying stuff about him. Like, he's just very, very thought out. His moves are thought out. And so you and I, after that night, really got, we really like hit it off. And when we were leaving, I knew you weren't gonna get my phone number. I was like, put my phone number in your phone. We're gonna be BFFs. And then even after that, you didn't call me. And I remember I'd go run on the track and be listening, because that night when we left, you sent me that song by Drew Hill, Beauty.
Yes.
And so I would play it every day, but you would send me a text. Every time after I'd get off of my prayer call, you would send a text and just like tell me what you got out of it. But you didn't call. Why didn't you call me that week?
Well, I guess I was on your IG.
What were you thinking? What would you tell a woman when she is thinking, me and this guy had a first date and it was so good, but he hasn't called me. He's texted me once a day, but he hadn't called me. Why was that?
Well, you got to think about, most women that's busy like you, And if a guy is not busy, man, you need to try to figure out where you fit in at, because she's traveling all over the world, and and you got, just say you on fries at McDonald's, not going. You need to get yourself. You got to change your. You got to make a change real fast.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because you may not have that many conversations with her, because she only can listen to so much. So you got to put yourself in position, and then you got to.
So you were thinking all of that.
Yeah. So I'm thinking like, wow, where did I fit in at? And I'm like, she powerful, but where do I put the empowerment?
Come on, baby.
So you could have a guy can send you money and fly you out and go places, but is he gonna give you that empowerment?
Yeah. Is he gonna like give you those?
Yeah.
Because I know for me,
Yeah.
one of the greatest things you bring to my life is stability, man.
Yeah.
And you bring this. I mean, even everybody at our church knows.
Yeah.
Angelo don't play about me.
Oh yeah.
You don't play about me.
Yeah, I tear the church up.
I mean, like, even if someone starts acting up at church, you just like you watch and that's why I think that's really cool to hear that first week you were trying to figure out how you fit in, and you're doing a great job at that.
I mean, it's still, you're still a woman, no matter what. You want to feel secure.
Yeah.
Every woman want a husband to make sure that she is secure by her man.
Yeah.
They don't want to say, well, gosh, I'm just having so much conflicts of interest with people and stuff. I'm butting heads, and somebody have to be. And most women, they can be a rah-rah, but sometimes that guy have to step in and stuff, and sometimes have to cool each other off sometimes.
Yeah.
So,
for me, it was, I think because society will tell us women that are, I own companies. All this was going on before you ever came into my life. I was owning companies, pastoring a great church. Had another satellite that we started in Atlanta, satellite of Limitless Church. I'm doing all these master classes, and now we just started the masterminds, which is the one-on-one coaching that I'll be doing for a year. And so I am out in these streets,
right.
And I remember even that first time, and you said, let's go walk to a restaurant. And we walked, and somebody was yelling out of the car, real talk, Kim. And you're like, oh, dear God, what did I get myself in? Yeah. So how did you, because you've got women and men that are coming together, that this podcast is really ministering to them.
Right.
Because they're in the position like we are. He's coming into someone's life at 50 years. She's 50 and used to being independent. And what would you tell a man as he's coming in and maybe he feels like he's not necessary? Because I think some men sometimes will back off if they feel like they're not necessary or needed in a woman's life, because a man is a lion. Y'all fix things. Y'all are.
Right.
What would you tell a man and a woman that is in our position, that's been married before,
right,
and you're coming into a pastor's life,
right?
What would you tell them as they're starting this? What has been your prime thing that you've done to get our relationship where it's at?
Being in a pastor life and being also in a church is a business.
Yeah.
And when you have a guy that, I grew up being around business owners, my father running a business, and I kind of inherit that business sense. And I look at we take Oprah Winfrey and Stedman, that when she met him, he was already a businessman.
Yeah.
So it kind of fell in place with him.
That's us.
Yeah, her success didn't intimidate him.
And mine doesn't.
And he walks around, he's still Stedman.
Yeah.
And I think that's what made Oprah more successful. Yeah. Having someone believe in you.
Yeah.
Having someone support you.
And so that's what you would tell a man.
Right.
You would just tell him
just
to
support.
Support, man.
Just support.
And don't feel intimidated.
Yeah.
I think that's what I've loved about you so much
Right.
is you're just not intimidated. You're just the coolest, chillest. Like, I remember when we first started dating, I remember it was our first week. And you said, now I'm not going to be going to the mall shopping with you. That's your girlfriends. That's what you got girlfriends for. I'm not going to be just picking you up and all that at the airport. That's what staff is for. Right. I mean, you laid out all these things.
Yeah.
And what?
I mean,
And what?
we drive to the airport every now and then. We drive.
Hey,
we drive to the airport
I
every now
remember
and then. I'm like,
Mimi told me, she was like, "Oh, he'll be picking you up from the airport when he's really missing you and you flying home." Because here's what is funny, baby.
but you got to think, nobody wants to come to Atlanta airport.
You did it.
It's like, man, it's
But
crazy.
you did
It's crazy. Like, come to the red, or I believe it's south, or I believe it's blue. I'm like,
Baby, I remember it was like that first month, man, and we were falling in love. How quickly did you fall in love with me?
I'm say about a week or so.
For real?
About a week or so. I was already sending you like videos and stuff. I didn't know. Like I said, I didn't know you was a pastor. So I'm kind of thinking like, man, maybe we going to Vegas or somewhere. We'll probably go to one of these New Edition concerts. Or Usher, Bruno Mars. I'm just thinking about all this stuff. So I'm trying to think about now after you find out you're a pastor. I'm like, oh gosh. Like, well, do they go to places like? Do they go to Seinfeld? Comedy places and stuff? So I don't know.
We've really worked through that, though.
Yeah, I put myself in a situation that I got to figure out where should I carry you.
That's something to think about.
Yeah.
But one thing about me and you,
Yeah.
but y'all, let me just go on back to that airport
Right.
and that mall shopping. Guess
Right.
guess who goes with me to the mall all the time?
Right.
This man. Guess who picks me up at the airport if he isn't traveling with me? This man. So
Right.
every single thing, love will make you do crazy stuff. Y'all hear me? Love will. But that is so funny because I think because we're in our 50s and fell in love in our 50s, we've had to communicate. That is something I appreciate about you, Lo, is you are a communicator.
Yes.
And what made you like that? Because you were literally married for 9 years.
It's opening in questions. That's what I learned in being in sales.
Okay.
Opening in questions.
But you were young.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah, I was young. Yeah.
So you actually are a phenomenal salesman.
Yeah.
And you still have great relationships. That's the one thing that made me really fall in love with you.
Right.
Was I was watching everything.
Right.
And so I watched your friends. I remember we flew to Houston to Church 633, and really you started traveling with me as my security. I called you my security.
Yeah.
And we were at Church 633, and you were like, one of my buddies is going to sit in a car to pick me up. And I go, these people have been, and then I got to meet several of your friends as we went to Texas. And these people have been in your life for like 20 years, baby. And it's because your heart is so good and you're a communicator and you keep in touch. One of them even said that every anniversary that you send a picture of their wine bottle that you got at their wedding and wishing them a happy anniversary.
Yeah.
So that's just something that you're intentional about.
Yeah, they didn't believe I still had it.
And you do it.
I'm like, I send it to them every year.
I love that. And so have you always been romantic?
I think after I got a little older, when when you get younger, you don't know what romance is, what you just see, by sending a I love you card when you was in elementary or a Valentine card. You don't know.
Do you want to be my girlfriend? Yes or no?
Do you want to be my girlfriend? Yes or no? Shake. That's it. But now I'm more romantic for us, especially. So I want to make sure that I'm thinking everything out.
You know what else I appreciate about you is you're even real careful with how you interact with women.
Yeah.
And I've watched that. I've watched that you are you're careful. Like you even tell me all the time. I make sure. I don't think that looks good for a preacher. I don't think that us going to this place is going to be good for you as a pastor. You got millions of people that follow you, and don't let your evil be. You preach to me all the time, and so this is where communication comes in, y'all. Is that because Angelo has become such a great communicator, and men are not really good communicators, but here's the key. I've made the place safe for him. I literally, when he came into my life, he said, one of the most important things to me, Kim, is peace.
Right.
And I have worked hard to make our life peaceful. And because of that, it's allowed Angelo to be the lion of our family and communicate. And you communicate so beautifully for a man.
Yeah.
Because I made it peaceful.
You do. And then, you have 2 kids. I have 2 kids, and it kind of, we don't have all the gray hairs and stuff. So that means that we did pretty well. Our kids didn't give us any problems.
Yeah.
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 So
We're really blessed at
yeah.
that. I got 2 sons, and you got a beautiful daughter and a son. Yeah. And both of us have a kid in their 30s.
Yeah.
And then we both have a kid in their late 20s.
Yeah.
And I'm really proud of us because we both raised kids or were involved in our kids' lives when we were divorced.
Right.
And so you don't hear that often. You don't hear of men being able to stay in their kids' lives.
Right.
And even though it wasn't always easy for us because
Right.
divorce is hard, but we did that. And I have to say it's because you have allowed yourself as a man to communicate, and you do that with your kids as well.
Well, first, being a communicator, you have to do some of the things to communicate.
Like what?
You can't tell somebody what to do, and you never done it before.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can't tell someone how to take care of the house, and you never took care of the house.
Yeah.
You have to be, you can't tell somebody how to be a father or how to be a wife, and you never been one. You have to go through that, or you have to get around people that have been, and looked at people that's been in a marriage and stuff, whether they've been 10 years or 30 years and stuff. So, you got to be father, husband,
And you and I really have. I mean, God has brought people in our lives that are phenomenal relationship. They've been married for a long time.
Yeah.
They're best friends.
Yeah.
And you and I have been so blessed to get those friendships in the last year of us being together.
Right. And, we look at some of the things that most men, we, after going through this separation, divorce, and you got kids involved, don't let that mess up your relationship with your kids.
Yeah.
Don't let that mess that
How do
up.
you stop that? What if there is somebody that is getting divorced from someone that is, maybe she's really messy and she's really angry because that man chose to leave, or that woman is really angry because or maybe the ex is like, she's messy, I can't deal with her. How would you tell somebody that is in that situation how to get through it?
Just fix it. Don't put your business out there, because the only thing it's going to do is affect the kid's life. Just because she's messing, she's sending your daughter over stuff with with her hair not combed, and hey, you may want to get you a stylist on point, because it will happen. Maybe she may send your kid over with some old clothes, and knowing that, those are things that people do to trigger you.
Just out of spite.
Yeah, so don't let that distract you. Don't get distracted by distraction. So you want to make sure.
Hard.
Yeah, it's hard, but keep you some extra clothes for the kids at your house.
Yeah,
because it will happen.
Because I think that's what I really had to learn
Yeah.
in raising kids as a single parent. You're having to co-parent.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, I tell people this all the time. You don't have to RSVP to every argument you're invited to.
No.
Like if that woman hates you so bad that she wants to talk ugly about you to your kids, you take the high road. Like, don't talk ugly about her. Yeah. Just because she's talking ugly or he's talking ugly about you, don't tit for tat.
Yeah.
Because your kids will find out.
Yeah.
Like, your kids will get to an age where they see for themselves.
Yeah.
I never did that. I never talked ugly about my ex.
Nope.
I never, even when things I didn't agree with, I never, ever, ever threw my son's daddy under the bus, because at the end of the day, it's still their parent.
Yeah. I don't care how big your platform is, but if you say you up here, don't let nobody bring you down there. Hey.
That's what I love about you, though, man. You don't.
You ain't gonna see me getting back on when they say something about you and stuff. Cause we ain't down there. We up here.
Yeah.
So if you want to get up here, you can say something good. Cause what you say bad don't even.
But I think that's
off.
what I appreciate about you too, Lo, is that, because now you're a part of my life. We're getting put on blogs, and people are talking about us on these big pages. And sometimes they'll say, oh, he looks soft, or oh, she looks like a transgender. I mean, we get all kinds of stuff. And you know what I love? What is it in you that's made you not take it personal? Because I remember we got on Neighborhood Talk, and though they were celebrating, they were celebrating our love. There were some people that got on there that was nasty, being nasty about me and you. And I was like kind of down, because it does get to you. And I'm usually really good about not reading comments, but it became more personable to me, because I'm okay with you talking about me.
Right.
But now you're talking about somebody I love, man. And I was feeling some way. And I was like, you were like, why are you feeling bad, baby? And I said, because I just thought everybody liked me. What did you say?
They don't love you. They don't love you no more.
You said everybody's going to like you. So. And he said, that's okay. And so when you came into this relationship, you really got put out there. You were this quiet, living your own life.
Yeah.
How have you handled that?
I'm still going to go to Publix. I'm still going to go where I want to go at.
But how does it make you feel when you see people saying stuff about us?
Hey, that's just part of that's part of what they do these days. They take the phone. They so big and bad. But they see. I mean, they don't run up on me or anything like that. God knows that's what they want. God knows that. God knows that they ain't gonna do that.
Angela always says, "I wish they would."
I wish they would. I got some secret season called "I Wish You Would." Yeah.
Well, listen, we're going to take a break right now, and then we are going to come back because we have some questions that you sent in, and we're going to answer one of our questions. And it's not even going to be one that I've told you about. We're just going to go off the cuff. So we will be right back after this break. Hello, friends. Real Talk Kim here. This show is sponsored by BetterHelp. Listen, I'm telling you something. In life, the one thing that I have learned is that you have to work on yourself. It helps improve relationships. It helps improve the way you look at life. And therapy can be a place to work through the challenges you face in all of your relationships, whether with friends, at work, your significant other, or anyone. When I have walked through some transitions in my life, the one thing that I love about therapy is it made me look in the mirror at myself. And so today, I want you to invite healing into your life on all levels. If you are thinking of starting therapy, I would like for you to give BetterHelp a try. It's entirely online, designed to be convenient, flexible, and suited to your schedule. So just fill out this brief questionnaire to get matched with a licensed therapist and switch therapist anytime for no additional charge. So what I need you to do right now is I need you to become your own soulmate. I need you to get yourself ready, whether you're looking for a soulmate, looking for a spouse, looking for a new career change. Go right now to betterhelp.com/RTK today to get 10% off your first month. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/RTK. Listen, I always say this. We all need Jesus and a little therapy. Hello, everybody, and welcome back, y'all. We have laughed so hard. You guys, this man is like, whew, this is a lot. It's hot. Do you feel hot? You are doing it. Y'all give this man some stars. Come on, give him some love. Give him some love on this podcast because you are doing so good. In fact, somebody asked me, how are you getting him used to the camera? Because for so long, you were really quiet on the camera. And now you're just coming out, and this is going to be, you'll be on these podcasts with me probably a lot more now, just because people are loving watching 50-year-olds find love, and it's beautiful. And so we're going to be talking about a lot of relationships. So I want to ask you a question. This came in today, and it says, how long should you wait before you get serious?
How long should you wait to get serious?
You fell in love with me after a week.
Yeah, it was already, I think we knew what we
fell in love with you too.
We knew what we wanted and what we don't want.
So this question right here would be answered with, everybody's different.
Yeah.
For me, I was ready for love. I had prepared for a whole year. I had worked on me. I had worked on my heart. I'd worked on my head. I worked on my actions. I tried to learn how to cook, you know? And so for this question, it would be, it's different with every relationship. When you are equally yoked, and I feel like I know for a fact, man, you are equally yoked.
Yes.
What does equally yoked look like? Y'all love Jesus together. Angelo loves Jesus. I love Jesus. We love Jesus more than we love each other, which makes us love each other, right? We just were ready.
Yes.
You and I were in a position where we were ready. We were prepared. We prepared for what we prayed for.
Yes.
We were ready to share our extra time with each other. So that question would be, it's different for everyone. And remember that you attract what you are and not what you want.
But the reason they ask that question is because they've been in different relationships. They've been some breakups, probably. Well,
and they're scared, maybe.
Don't look at that breakup. Don't look at that divorce. Don't count those breakups. Look at the person that's in front of you who's treating you right, who's treating you right now. Don't think about, well, Larry did this or Betty did this. You know?
So it's basically bleeding on people that didn't cut them.
Yeah.
You know how many people have missed out on great relationships?
Yeah.
Because they didn't heal from the past?
Yeah.
And they were so afraid of somebody doing it. I always tell people your heart will heal.
Yeah.
Just put yourself out there. Here's another question. How is it dating outside your race?
Oh, man, I tell people, you know, when people ask me, and then when they find out, you know, I'm dating, and then who you are, then that's you like, They can't even say anything. I don't just hear them say, Like you're a pastor and and we dating outside our race. I would say, you know what? We eat the same food. Black folks eat the same food as white folks.
And really, honestly,
we eat chicken, we eat collard green, we eat macaroni. We love a couple of barbecues and stuff, you know.
And really, in reality, I've never really. Somebody told me that it was going to hurt my ministry dating outside of my race, and it hasn't. Like if it has, I don't care because I'm in love. But I don't even recognize people staring at us, or I just don't. I think that everywhere we go, we're embraced. And even on our videos and stuff like that, I will see somebody come under it and say, "Ain't nobody gonna be mad that she's dating a brother." I really haven't gotten any hate.
Yeah.
Nobody said you're stealing our men because it's not true. No. You were single, I was single when we got together. So dating me is no different than dating what you've dated in the past.
Yeah, the last person didn't want me.
I'm so glad.
Yeah, hey, they didn't. It didn't work.
I'm so glad.
It didn't work. You know, whether they was black or white, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
You know, it didn't work.
Yeah.
So date the person that make you happy. Don't worry about the color.
Man, if I could tell everybody
date the person that make you happy. Because it don't matter what you look like when you ain't happy.
That is us. Like when I met you, baby, when I met you, it never even dawned on me that you were out of my race.
They looked at green when I wasn't happy.
What does that even mean?
Yeah, like you look. Hey, if we ain't happy, it don't matter what color you are. You look purple, green, whatever, red. It doesn't matter. It just ain't working. You know what I'm saying?
I love that.
Find out what make you happy. Don't matter about the color.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I love so much is it's that I was telling someone the other day. I was doing a TV show, and on the TV show, they were like, "Man, you are so busy. You're just going. And I said, but the coolest part, and I even told our church this, Limitless Church, I said, y'all let me fall in love this year. Like, y'all gave me permission. Like, I, honest to God, put the brakes on a lot of my ministry travel. I started focusing on Limitless Church more. I was falling in love with you. And literally, ever since you and I fell in love, it's like blessings are chasing us down. It's crazy. Yeah. The Bible says that when a man finds a good woman, a wife, he finds favor with the Lord. And I feel like I'm getting to reap the benefit of your favor.
Man.
And I don't never see you. I just think you are the most finest chocolate drop. You are so beautiful. And I tell you that how many times a day?
A lot.
How many times?
Yeah, at least 3 or 4 times a day. Yeah,
How many times do I tell you I love you?
all the time.
I do, don't I?
Yeah, all the time.
Who is the president of your fan club?
You are. You are. Man, I got the biggest social media platform. Well, one person that follow me is you.
But you know what's so funny is that when you and I really started dating, we don't follow each other. No. We don't follow each other because we were so protective of our relationship. And we didn't want people bothering you. And because on my page, I'm private in a lot of areas. I let people see what I want them to see. But we were very, very, very careful. The first 6 months, we didn't let nobody know nothing. We were just seeing each other every day and falling in love. And now you can't even find yourself. You've changed. You hid yourself so hard.
I can't even find myself. I can tell people, they ask, and it's just something that maybe this is what people do. Do you have an Instagram? No, how about do you have a business card? Do you have a website? It's not, you don't just start off with what's your Instagram, what's your Facebook or TikTok. That's not business.
Yeah.
So basically I use my social media for business. I never wanted to do social media for that.
Yeah. So here's one of the questions that I think is really great. This person said, what kind of advice would you give me? No, we're going to do that one on the next one. Somebody said, I've been told that I look like I'm already taken or married, and that's why I'm not being approached by men. I take it as a compliment that I look like a wife, but I'm single and I'm ready for a relationship. What do I do? So she's saying the reason why she's not being a hit on or asked out on dates is because people tell her she already looks married.
Oh, well, maybe she got the buggy with the kids in there at the grocery store and stuff like that. The little buggy with the kids in there. Don't use that buggy anymore. You don't need a buggy. You're single. Get you one of those little carts and stuff, and you go in the broccoli aisle. Go put you some grapes and stuff.
You better be looking fine.
Yeah.
Because when I read this question, I was like, why are you looking married? Because I'm getting married. We are forever. And I am still looking so fine because it matters to him that I take care of myself. Yeah. So my question was, why do you look married?
Yeah, maybe.
Why do you look taken? Is it do you look unapproachable?
Yeah.
Do you look like you've got walls up and people are like, man, she looks like, because I believe that we send out a vibe. Yeah. Like for me, you would have never come talk to me if I wouldn't have been, when I looked at you and I turned around, how big was my smile?
Oh yeah, it was smile.
I was inviting.
It was like a picket fence. All I could see.
Oh yeah, my teeth.
Yeah.
And so for this woman, she says she takes that as a compliment that she looks like a wife. But my advice to you would be, start being flirty. Start being girly and allow yourself to be free. Maybe you need to ask yourself why, because I don't look at that as a compliment.
Yeah, take that executive look off when you want to go to. Take that executive look. If you're going into a grocery store or something, maybe put you some workout clothes on or something, or a jogging suit or something on.
And put makeup on. Even going to the gym, don't be looking like a half-made bed. Still be cute. Put your ponytail up and put a hat on. For me, and I'm not being ugly, so whoever sent this in, I'm not at all being ugly when I say it's not really a compliment to look like a wife. Everybody knows that I'm with Lo and that I'm taken, and you ain't gonna be sliding in my DMs. And if you do, you getting blocked. Right. But I am always his girlfriend. I want him, when we walk out in public, I want him to be so proud, right? So maybe you need to go get a haircut. Maybe you need to go get a style. When me and him first started dating, he would tell me, you need to go get a style for your hair. Do you remember that? You said you need to go get a style, and I'm like, I'm a white girl. White girls don't get styles, and you were like, yes, you do.
Everybody have a style.
Yes, he was pushing me to become better. That's whenever I found out about extensions.
Right.
That white women started the extensions. I didn't know none of that. Right. Y'all were so wrong for letting me be looking like Miss Brady as my hair was growing out. Y'all didn't tell me that extensions.
Yeah.
Right?
So
Y'all didn't tell me extensions.
So her style is not being a wife. Your style is to be on the hunt.
I'm your girlfriend,
You need to
man.
she need to be hungry.
You need to turn that fire up. That's what I would say.
You need to be hungry.
You need to turn that fire up.
Stop looking like a wife. Once you're a wife, you don't have to look like a wife.
You don't even take care of yourself. Like that's,
Yeah.
yo, I believe that's what happens. You
Yeah.
get married and you stop taking care of yourself.
Yeah.
Like me and Angelo, yo, we sat down and talked about non-negotiables. And he said, the way I'm getting into this relationship, you see the way you look? And I said, yep. He said, that's how you got to stay. And he said, I'm going to keep taking care of myself too. So I think sometimes, yeah.
Like your mom and my mom, I mean, they both look good.
Yes.
Mimi's 76.
Yeah.
My mom just turned Michael Irvin number. That's 88.
Yo, he talks in terms of sports.
You know, so y'all know what I'm saying. It's just a lot of cowgirls and cowboys out there. They know who number 88 is. One of my Floridian, Michael Irvin. So my mom turned 88. Your mom's 76. They both look good.
So what I would say, and what you would
got
probably...
you got a long way to go.
I do. I'm going to stay free.
And I'm going to keep saying, hey, don't wear that.
I've really never,
don't put that song.
Baby, I've never dated a man that literally cared. Like, I mean, I was walking around looking like a fairy godmother. Yeah. And now, but my daddy was always very into my mother's appearance. My daddy and mama kept themselves looking. My daddy died at 72 and looked like he was laying there sleeping, gorgeous. Like he stepped out of GQ. My parents were and you remind me so much of my daddy because you said last night you were cleaning hair, making sure you were good looking. You ironed your workout clothes. Yeah. And so y'all don't look like a wife. Yeah. You know, let people know you can't slip in my DMs because I am very taken. You know. Okay? But keep yourself looking like a girlfriend. Yeah. Like, be fun. Be happy. Like, when I walk into a room, I bring the joy. I mean, this man, when we first started dating, he said, I never want to be a reason you ain't so happy because I am the happiest person on this planet. Yeah. So maybe the reason why you're not getting approached is because you look like a wife, which means you are, you got these walls up.
It's the title. She's wearing a title. Nobody care about
that. She ain't got.
Nobody care about the title. You alone. Yeah. And you want entitlement. So how will someone approach you?
Now, I do tell people all the time, like even this year, I'm like, man, we ain't girlfriends, we wifeys. But when I say that, I ain't saying that you got to look like, honey, you got to be ready for somebody to introduce themselves to you. Like, you got to be flirty, you got to be fun. You can't be walking in, laying all these rules down for y'all's relationships, or you're going to stay single. So when I say this is wifey year, that means you're going to get to marry somebody and spend the night party with them every night because you are so fun. You're going to be their escape and not their duty. So, baby, I've had so much fun on this podcast.
Thank you.
We went over our time, but we have a few weeks together, and I'm so excited because next week, we will air our podcast on Valentine's Day. So y'all will be doing Valentine's Day with us.
Man, how did we do this?
I'm so excited. Wow. So listen, make sure that you've subscribed. Make sure that you share this with somebody. Somebody needs to find hope. You know what? And that lady that sent us that text that said, that email that said, everybody says I'm a wifey. I am prophesying into your life that you are going to find your low. You're going to find that man that is your good thing, that man that protects you, that man that you can be his escape and not his duty, that man that's going to love you like Lo loves me, sends me texts throughout the day. When I'm about to get up on that platform, he says, you my Michael Jordan of the preacher world. God's going to bring it to you too. So we love you. Subscribe, share. Thank you for joining us. We believe that this is the greatest love month for you. If you're in a rocky marriage, we're believing God for healing. If you are dating and waiting, we believe that this is going to be your year for God to bring somebody in your life. Just 12 months ago, we didn't know each other. Nope. And here we are getting married. Love you guys. We will see you next week right here for Valentine's Day.